Well, hello everyone. I'm back. For any of you who are unaware of why I made this intro, it was because I did decide to take a break from YouTube sometime toward the beginning or mid of last month. I was not in the best physical and mental state to keep making videos for that particular time, but I'm back now. So I'm going to go into depth about what has been going on with me in this past month and a half, why I had to take that break in the beginning with a little bit more detail, as well as what I have planned for the rest of 2021 and for 2022. So let's start with the physical stuff. So I really honestly still don't know what's been going on with my body, but I have a little bit more context now. Basically, at the beginning of last month in August, I was experiencing what I thought was a UTI, which I have experienced one time many, many years ago, but I've experienced it, so I thought, okay, that's all that this is. It's just a UTI. Then a week goes by and it's still not getting better. So I went to a clinic 2 times in the same week and they tested everything except for my blood, like my vitals and everything like that. And they said they couldn't find anything particularly alarming. So now I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Basically, they're like, just keep drinking tons of water, which I do. I drink almost a half gallon of water every day and see how that goes. You need to probably take some urinary supplements, possibly, to help. And that I would need to see a primary doctor to get any more detailed information, which meant, because I didn't have a doctor at the time, I had to wait a month to see my brand new doctor. So basically, for the last month and a half, I've been experiencing UTI-like symptoms like bladder spasms, and it has been incredibly annoying. The first 2 weeks of me having these symptoms was really stressful on my mental state as well as physically. There was one time at my job where I was there alone and I was handling with everything in the shop. I was in charge of everything, and all of a sudden, just the feeling of me having to go to the bathroom mixed with other things going on, I was almost hyperventilating. I was getting so stressed out, and I had to call in somebody to take over my shift because I couldn't take it. I decided to go to the clinic for the second time on that day because I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I don't get this stressed, like, to the point of almost hyperventilating for this to be okay. And as the month has gone on, it has gotten better, but it hasn't gone away fully. So, actually, last week, I finally visited my doctor, and earlier this week, I finally got the results of my blood work, and still there's nothing wrong with me. So, at this point, I'm like, okay, well, it's not a UTI, it's not an infection of any kind, it's not diabetes or pre-diabetes, which I was really fearful that's what it was. And so now I'm basically left with I really don't know what's going on with me. But I know that physically I'm okay. There is something a little weird going on with my body, but overall I am healthy and I am fine. So, for any of you who are concerned about my health from my last video, nothing is really physically wrong with me, except it's just being a little weird. But that was the reason why the physical stuff was really bothering me at the time. Now, also, there was the problem with mental stuff, and I was not in a good mental place a month ago. I really can't explain why. Okay, here's the thing. I sometimes will go through what I call situational depression, where I just feel sad whenever I am not preoccupied with something important, and like if I'm at home lying in bed or if I'm just not doing anything really important, I actually start to have these really weird, like, down mood drops. I basically just start to feel like I am just not in a good mood. I feel like crying a lot. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm frustrated. It's a lot of the badder emotions. So I really don't know what it was. It could be stress because that's how it's been in the past where I put so much pressure from outside influences on my shoulders and that kind of weighs me down to the point where I break. But I don't know if that's necessarily what it was. Most likely it is. But basically, I was just not in a really good mental state to do like YouTube or to be on social media because I was just being so stressed from my full time job that I'm currently working, plus everything that's still going on in our country and in the world. So I'm like, okay, I need to stop. everything needs to halt. I need to take a break from a lot of these influences that are causing extra stress onto my psyche. So I just had to take a step back. I had to reevaluate myself, make sure that I'm in a good mental, healthy place. And a month and a half later, I'm officially back. I think one reason why I actually do feel a little bit better is that my job has actually kind of gotten less stressful in the last couple of weeks, which is a good thing. Still, there's a lot of stresses that go on with a full time job, but it's not as bad as it was a couple of months ago. So that's a plus. As well as my birthday was actually 2 weeks ago. I'm officially 27. I'm officially in my late 20s. So that's something. And I had fun with my parents. We went to a casino. I won a little bit of money. They even surprised me with a cake on my actual birthday, which was really, really sweet. So thank you, Mom and Dad. And honestly, just I feel this new wave of creative energy, which I really want to like get out to the universe. Like in YouTube, in writings, I want to channel this new energy that I'm having and put it into something that I think is really going to help with my mental state, because I love doing creative things. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's always been giving me a great relief from my stresses or things like that. Being creative is really my outlet for making me feel better. So I'm really happy to be back to making videos, and I have so many ideas for the channel I can't even begin to tell you. I'll give you a couple of sneak peeks. First off, Survivor is officially back for season 40 freaking 1. Can you believe it? 20 years of Survivor, 41 seasons. It's been insane. And obviously because of COVID, they had to take a break. It's the longest stretch without Survivor we have ever had. So I'm extremely excited to get back into Survivor reviews. And I think I'm going to actually revert to my old way of doing the videos, because I can actually squeeze it in with my work schedule where I can actually do episode by episode reviews every single week. I will say that this week I'll be a little delayed because I have had issues with my recordings of Survivor at home, but hopefully I can have that out by tonight or even tomorrow. So look out for the first episode of that. I'm very excited about that. Obviously, October is just around the corner, which means it's spooky season, which means I'm going to be doing a lot of more creepier types of videos. Usually I do scary games. I'll do ghost caught on camera. I even have a cool idea of maybe doing possible reviews of lesser known horror movies, since I am a big horror movie junkie. So I might do that next month. And then November, I'm particularly excited. I think I'm going to do something which I'm going to call Nostalgic November, where I'm going to be going back to some older videos or even things that are just nostalgic for me personally. We'll see how that plays out. I haven't really set anything in stone yet. It's all coming together, but I'm very excited. I don't know really what I'm going to do for December. I'm not sure if I'll do vlogging or if I'll do something. Obviously, it's the holiday season. I really don't know what I'm doing for the holiday season, to be perfectly fair. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do with that. And obviously, it's hard to believe 2022 is literally not that long from now. The last 2 years have just been so hectic and insane that it's just gone by like that. But I do have a lot of big things coming up in 2022. These were things that were meant to happen about 2 years ago or this year, but they've been pushed, obviously, due to COVID. So I'm very excited about what's coming up in 2022. I'm not going to spoil those yet, and I will let you all know what those big surprises are when the time comes. But for right now, I'm very excited for the rest of this year and the videos I have planned. So please, please, if you're not already, subscribe to my channel to check out all of my future videos coming up. I'm super excited for them. Don't forget to also check out my older videos. I have all sorts of videos to choose from if you're not aware already. I do all sorts of crazy content, and that's not going to be changing anytime soon. And honestly, I'm really happy to be back. So thank you all so much for your patience. Thank you so much for being along with me on these crazy, crazy journeys we've had over the last 5 years. And I'm excited to bring to you new videos for the rest of the year. So until the next video, I will see you all later. Bye. Mwah.